Hi, my name is Jacob Estrella. I'm a game design research assistant here at CERT. I think that the experience that definitely pushed me into game design was way early on in my childhood. I played Halo 3 ODST with a buddy of mine. Right after school, I would go to his house almost like every day, and we would play multiplayer and just firefight and just together. And it wasn't so much the game itself that really pushed me into game design. It was just kind of having that bond between two friends, just kind of relaxing after school and getting to play. The first game I ever made was in high school with a friend of mine. It was called Spikes. It was just a simple 2D platformer where you jump around and try to get to the end. It's kind of the origin of where I got started into kind of design principles and learning what worked and what didn't. So it was my honest and humble beginnings. What I think the most interesting part about game design is how you can take such a simple concept and turn it into something so complex and have the user not realize it. As an example, Mario's jump. It's one action, but the entire game revolves around that jump. You can break blocks, you can kill enemies, you can move, you can traverse height with that jump. It's this idea of taking a single concept and making the absolute most out of it. Every year, our program has a thing called Sprint Week, and we get paired up into random groups and we get a random prompt, and we have to make a game in a week and present it to everyone. And that particular semester, the theme was to make an alternate controller. So for that game, we made our own custom controller that kind of revolved around this narrative of you being a sumo wrestler. So we had the player with a belt strapped around their torso and a sensor on the edge of a table. And in order to move, you would have to sumo slam yourself by bumping your stomach into the table. And there were alternate attacks too on the floor. You had these foot pedals that you would push with your feet to activate special moves. Just making the controller in and out of itself was a really fun experience, but also kind of seeing how much fun people were having playing it. Just the hilarity of just people slamming themselves into the table repeatedly just to move across the map was a really fun experience just to both watch and to play. So my future plan, Ubisoft holds this competition every year called the Ubisoft Next. And just last year they started with the level design category, and that's something I've always wanted to pursue because it's something I've always been doing, making maps, making levels and designing kind of these environments. And my plan is just enter the competition, and even if I don't win, kind of get my name up there, because some of the first games I've ever played were from Ubisoft, and they've always kind of been like my end goal when I got into the program.